These God beings have a great need for energy. One of their most diabolical methods of gaining energy is through the technology called prayer. Essentially, prayer is a form of energy or power transfer. Whenever a human being prays to a God, we are in actuality relinquishing our creative powers, sending our mental energies to the God beings in hopes that they will give to us that which we can create for ourselves. We have been reduced to powerless entities, propositioning the limited gods for their help, their guidance, and their vested interests. Please consider the following example. When human beings pray to the entity known as Ra, the mental energy of the human being is directly transferred to the entity known as Ra. The transferred energy is then used by Ra as a source of power, which in turn increases Ra's influence on Earth. All religions were created by the God beings to serve this very iniquitous purpose. What better way to control humanity than to have billions of human beings give away their creative power through prayer? I would now like to ask you an important question. What if the entity that is being prayed to has malicious intent towards humanity? It must be understood that any entity that asks for prayer or praise or service or sacrifice is in fact malevolent towards humanity. Like Sauron, these entities seek to gain power and strength through the careful manipulation of humanity. In gaining more power, these malicious entities seek to dominate and in some cases destroy all life on Earth. One should ask, are there any good or benevolent entities that seek to help humanity? Should we not pray to them for help? Well, I will tell you that there are three sequential issues that we must consider in order to answer this important question. 1. Malicious intent always takes more energy to actualize than kind intent. Therefore, entities with malicious intent will always demand energy from you. Conversely, kind entities will ask nothing of you, save your continued pursuit of intellectual and spiritual growth. Their help, usually in the form of information, is given for kindness' sake alone. Before we proceed, I would like to share with you that in the scheme of the universe, information is free. It exists in everything as is. This omnipresent information is accessible at any time, but can be shielded from us when we are intellectually and spiritually compromised. 2. The entities that seek to help humanity understand one very important aspect of our relationship to the gods, namely, that it is ultimately humanity that must see to it that the parasitic relationship between the gods and humanity ends. Therefore, benevolent entities will help only to a certain point. Once this point is reached, it is up to humanity to confront the entities that have enslaved us for millennia. 3. Worship, prayer, service, or sacrifice to the benevolent ones is unnecessary and limits humanity's ability to actualize its own destiny. In other words, giving power away is unwise when that same power can be used by human beings to create that which they so desire in the first place. It should become clearer to you the infinite complexities of existence itself. There are gods. There are humans. There are creatures on the surface of and deep within the planet Earth. There are creatures in the oceans that are far more intelligent than humanity itself. There are creatures that exist outside of our visual frequency range and literally walk amongst us. There are beings far out amongst the stars. There are beings that exist in multi-dimensions. Beyond this, there are infinite possibilities. I only wish that we could explore more of these possibilities. However, we must remain focused if we are to regain our sight. We human beings have been programmed to oversimplify existence itself. The oversimplification of existence has always proven a source of comfort for a fearfully powerless humanity. Recall that we give most of our power away to the gods. Consequently, we have become weak. In our state of spiritual and intellectual weakness, we have been brought to a point in our existence where we are easily manipulated by the gods. But there is something more that we must grasp if we are to uncover a deeper truth, of which I will share with you later in this video series. We must deal with something that most people have no meaningful intimation about. I must share with you the apparatus of evil itself.